How you doing today, Discover Your Options students? Today we're in the research portion of the class, and this here is our Discover Your Options due diligence checklist. This is a checklist that helps you keep focused on the task at hand. Is an important part of a successful option strategy. Use this due diligence checklist as a guideline for gathering data on your prospective company. The due diligence checklist ensures that important criteria are reviewed, analyzed, and accepted in chronological order. It will help you remain fact-based and unemotional when assessing potential plays. See, it's very important that we do this research portion the way we're doing it to eliminate the emotional portion of investing. I, for one, have been fall victim to emotional investing, and it costed me dearly. So we created this checklist to keep everything fact based. So that way there's no emotion involved. We're just going to go strictly off of the facts. And the research is the most important part of your option play because the more research you put into your company, the more risk you can minimize. KPI, key performance indicators. Use the following checklist to assess your company's viability. Don't get nervous if you do not have a good understanding of what all this means. This info can be found easily through public searches on Google, Yahoo, Morningstar, Seeking Alpha, NASDAQ News. The list goes on and on and on for free. We'll talk more about why you might be interested in some of these data points in class. So the first one is the company name. So you just pretty much, as it is, you want to type in the company name that you're researching. For this demonstration, we're continuing with Microsoft. So we'll type Microsoft Corp in that section. Check it off, that's done. Next would be the ticker symbol. The ticker symbol is MSFT. So you would type in that for that company. Now, if you're doing a company that you don't know the ticker symbol for, you simply go over to the Yahoo Finance, type in your company, and that ticker symbol will pop up after you type it into the search bar. So now the next one is market cap. So market cap is pretty much what the market values the company to be worth. So in this particular case, the market values Microsoft at $570 billion. The market says that Microsoft is valued at $500 billion. That's what we call a mega cap company. That's your blue chip company. That's your centurions that have been around for over 100 years. Even though Microsoft hasn't been around over 100 years, a lot of your major corporations have been. These are the type of companies that we do like to run options on. These companies are tried and true, and they're cash heavy. So we would write that 570.04 billion right into our market cap section. Next is the profit margin. Pretty much we just want to see how much money the company's bringing in profit wise. We want to make sure they have a good double-digit profit margin. You know, there are some exceptions. I mean, there's some companies that are single-digit that are really good. They have other good KPIs to kind of offset that. But we really do want to see that profit margin in the double digits. So we scroll down. Scroll up. There we go. There we go. Profit margin. Look at that. 23.57. That's a really high profit margin, guys. That's a really healthy profit margin. The company is bringing in some really good money, so they're in good shape. Next is revenue. Let's see how much money y'all are making. Let's see. Scroll down, revenue. 89.95 billion, roughly $90 billion. You see this TTM? That's trailing 12 months. You go over to the right here of this Yahoo Finance page, you'll see their abbreviation guide, and it explains what each last one of these abbreviations mean. You'll come across the abbreviation of MRQ, which means most recent quarter. TTM is trailing 12 months. Keyword in that is trailing 12 months. So that means the last 12 months. So the last 12 months, their revenue is at roughly $90 billion. So you want to write that 89.95 billion in your revenue portion. Free levered cash flow. Now, free levered cash flow is the amount of cash a company has after everything is paid. Dividends, after they've paid shareholders, after they've serviced their debt, after taxes, after wages, after everything that could possibly be paid is paid out, they're left with what's called levered free cash flow. And you want that number to be nice. So this, you'll see this operating cash flow. This is just this number before taxes. So we want to look at it after taxes. So after taxes, Microsoft is sitting on roughly $20 billion after everything is paid. Trailing 12 months. $20 billion. They're parking $20 billion somewhere. They're not parking all that in the United States. They're not getting taxed on all that, believe me. They're parking a hefty chunk of that overseas with Apple and the rest of these conglomerates. So you want that number to be healthy like that, because then you know that this company's not going nowhere. They have enough cash to withstand any type of depression or any type of market crash or any type of market conditions. They have hundreds of billions of dollars overseas to keep the company afloat. So this one's not going to go out of business while your option is in play. Fiscal year end and current quarter. We want to know about this because this is how you're going to get a good grasp of earnings reports, when earnings reports come out. So we'll come back up right here. Fiscal year ends in June. So if the fiscal year ends in June, and we know that a fiscal year is 4 quarters, and each quarter has a block of 3 months in it. So if their fiscal year ends in June, that is the end of their quarter 4. So quarter 1 would be July, August, September, the next three-month block. Quarter 2 would be October, November, December. Quarter 3 would be January, February, March, and quarter 4 would be April, May, June. This most recent quarter, so they just ended their a quarter in June, and typically your press release, your earnings report is released 30 to 45 days after your quarter ends. So for Q4, their earnings report was released in July. Somewhere in July, end of July, somewhere in July. So to find that out, you just simply type in your taskbar, Microsoft Q4 earnings report 2017. Heading, this is from Business Insider. Microsoft reports a big beat on earnings, stock edges up. I mean, you want to know this. The stock is moving up. They beat their earnings reports. Look at the date, July 20th, 2017. So towards the end of July. And you can just go through here and read their earnings report. And it's going to let you know everything from the EPS, the earnings per share. It's going to let you know everything about the company, where they were up at, where they were down at, what they're projected for the next quarter. So they're going to let you know the health of the company. Next, we have market news. What industry does this company operate in? You just go to your different search engines. You can literally type in Microsoft News. You look, that's Market Watch, that's NASDAQ, that's fine, Yahoo Finance, to get whatever information you need to find out what industry the company you're running your option on is in. And for this particular case, Microsoft is in the tech industry. Next, how's the market performing as a whole? Is it bearish going down, or is it bullish going up? How has the company performed this year relative to the industry performance? Again, you find that stuff out through earnings reports, What's the buzz about the company? For us, it's the Xbox One X. Kind of going into this next one about product releases. So for this Microsoft portion, everything we're doing is based off of information on this Forbes Xbox One X. So you kind of want to be able to go through and find information on your buzz. We already know that they beat earnings report in Q4. Now they have an Xbox coming out, and you can start going back and checking when the the original Xbox came out, November 22nd. The Xbox One came out November 22nd. Xbox One S is being released November 7th. All of those November dates are prior to Black Friday, which is largest consumer holiday, which is in line for the Christmas holiday season. So Microsoft is positioned well, guys. So this checklist, this due diligence checklist will get us all the information we need to make sure we're ready to run a option on Microsoft. So that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions about this list, please post it in the group or reach out to one of the coaches and we'll get your question answered immediately. Until then, everybody enjoy their night, and I'll talk to everyone in the next video.